Since the great success of the LEGO 501st Battle Pack, LEGO has released a ton of clone-focused sets, which is good, but at what cost? And with that, welcome to today's set review of set number 75431, 327 Star Corps Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This set is of course part of the LEGO Star Wars 2025 Summer Wave. It comes with 258 pieces, 7 minifigures, and a price tag of roughly €40 and $45, which is interesting to say the least. We're gonna discuss the price later, of course, but yeah, the price is just... oh man. Taking a look at the front of the box art, we have, of course, the 327th Troopers in action. Same goes for the Super Battle Droids. And it's based on Felucia, which is really great. I really like that. Of course, the most iconic scene that Troopers are in is Felucia, and it's great. On the backside, it's pretty similar art. Yeah, a different scene, but nothing special. When opening this set, on the inside you're gonna find a total of 3 numbered bags, 2 instruction manuals as the builds are split in 2 sections, and a sticker sheet which carries all the details for the AT-RT Walker. Now starting off with the first minifigure of this set, this is the 327th Clone Trooper. You get practically 4 of these figures, which are all the same, and in my opinion they look amazing. I really like the printing on the helmet, looks great. Then you get some great printing on the torso with the continuation of the pauldron. You get some, I think, ammo pouches over the right shoulder, and these yellow details all over it. Then you move further down and you see once again those printed waist capes, and I don't know, this just makes me sad. The Trooper looks amazing, but those printed waist capes, they aren't a solution. I don't know why they can't include cloth capes. I don't think that this hinders the articulation or anything. You can still move the legs, you can still play with the figure, you can still sit it down, and if you don't like them, just remove them. It's as simple as that. Stop giving these lazy reasons, LEGO, and start including those cloth pieces again. However, which I think is a great change, is the new pauldron piece that all these Troopers get. It's a new mold, which you didn't have before with your LEGO Clone Troopers. Of course, the pauldron is a little bit bigger, so you can still move the arms and have some range of movement there. But I think it's solid, it still looks good, and I don't care. It's a great piece. The printing on top with the beige looks good. It's a nice piece, I like it. Under the helmet you're gonna find the standard Clone Trooper face, which is pretty much now the standard. Yeah, nothing special, just a basic Clone Trooper. What I find interesting about these Troopers is that LEGO decided to give them yellow arms, and most of those 2020 and after Clone Troopers had white arms, and all the 2014 Troopers had the arms that represent their Legion color, which I don't know why they now change it up. I think this would have been the better decision from the get-go, because when you look at these Phase 2 Troopers from behind, they look pretty similar, and with the different colored arms you could differentiate them. Yeah, I prefer the fully colored arms, so yeah, I think it's a good decision, but I don't know why they now switch it up and not from the start. And here's the reason why I said you get practically 4 of the same figures. Of course, they're all the same figures, except that one, according to the instruction manual, gets this little rangefinder on top, which is included. I think there are 2 pieces or so with the extra piece that you get, so you can give these rangefinder pieces to 2 of the Troopers, which of course, because of the helmet holes, you could give it to any Trooper or just remove it. Yeah, it's a solid extra piece. If you have a bigger army, you would probably remove them just to make the Troopers look the same, but it's nice that it's in here. But when you have multiple of these Troopers on the same spot, they look amazing. I still can't stand those printed waist capes, but otherwise they look really cool. I think a bigger army is gonna look amazing, especially with the new blind minifigure from the MTT, which I'm gonna review soon on this channel. Yeah, they look really amazing, cool Troopers, finally we got them. Now moving on to the more boring side of the minifigures, but still, these are really great droids. You get some B2 battle droids, which of course is the new mold from 2024. They look really cool, they're feeling pretty stable. Of course you have to see how they do long term compared to the old versions, but they changed the mold and I think they will hold up way better over time. They look great, some nice detail, you get 3 of them, can never have enough B2s. And when you take a look at the minifigure lineup as a whole, they look amazing, but you might think that there are 2 minifigures missing. And yeah, you're right, 2 B1 battle droids are missing for sure. When you compare the set to the kind of predecessor from 2024, the Clone Trooper vs Battle Droids Battle Pack, you get 9 minifigures with 2 extra B1 battle droids compared to this set, and this set was cheaper. It cost €30 and $30, and this one costs €40 and $45. So why are here 2 minifigures less? Of course, battle droids are not the same as a Clone Trooper, but still, why are here not 2 minifigures more included? It doesn't make any sense, and you can't tell me that the pauldron piece was so expensive that they had to include 2 battle droids less. Now taking a look at the build that you built first, as I already said, these are split into 2 sections, you get another dwarf spider droid in the set. Now while I still don't understand LEGO's obsession with this droid and why they didn't include a crab droid in the ATTE from 2022, I do have to say this is a pretty nice build. The way it looks when it's fully built looks really great. I like the eye sections with these red clear tiles. I think the angles are nailed really well. The antenna with this sword piece is really nice. I like the legs and everything, how he articulates. He has a little trans clear brick under him, so he doesn't crumble under his weight so easily. You can articulate, of course, the front of his cannon, which is nice. And you can also articulate each of the legs. You gotta be a little bit careful, because sometimes you can rip them off if you aren't careful enough, but otherwise it's a pretty nice droid. Now moving on to the probably most boring part of the set is this little stud shooter cannon. They've been including this in a couple of battle packs recently, and yeah, it's solid, you can fire it, but yeah, it's really nothing special and nothing to look forward to. And now the last and probably most exciting build is of course the AT-RT Walker, and it's surprisingly good. I didn't expect this quality from this build here, as I usually don't like battle pack builds in general overall, because they're mostly a little bit lackluster and you don't have as many pieces as in regular sets, so they're often not that nice. But this one, I like it. I prefer this one over the 501st Walker that you got in the 501st Battle Pack back then in 2020, because it feels like, at least for me, I don't have the other one to compare it right now, as I don't have it built, but it is a little bit smaller, which is more accurate to scale. It's still very oversized compared to actually minifigure scale AT-RT, but I like it. I think it's smaller, looks better, and the only flaw I see is the stud shooter at the front, which makes the model look really ugly, I think. If you just switch this out for a normal cannon, I think this is a really nice build. You've of course got a ton of stickers on the front, which is, yeah, I don't like it, but for a battle pack build it's fine. It had some nice details, but otherwise, I think the building techniques on everything around this Walker is nice. You got some cool details on the legs, which looks really cool. Some nice details on the feet and also the antenna in the back of the main build. And also these angles at the front of the Walker. It's overall a really solid build. Now when it comes to play features, you can of course move up and down this little cannon. You can shoot it if you hit the button, which is not that easy. You don't want to break the cannon loose. You can also move these little tiles here, which is not really a feature. It's more to achieve the angles, but it's still there and you can do it. You can move the legs up and down. You gotta be careful a little bit to not rip them off. But otherwise they articulate really well. The middle leg's on the same kind of hinge or like these ratchet joints, so you can articulate it pretty much the same way. The feet have also a little bit range of movement, not as much, but you can still articulate them. And you have a little storage here and the backside for some weapons. And you can also move the antenna here up and down, which is probably also more a building technique thing than a play feature, but you can do it. The clone sits in there pretty secure, it doesn't really fall off or anything. You can get him in there pretty easily and also get him off pretty easily. You can give him of course the steering wheel so he can ride the AT-RT. And overall I'm pretty happy with this build. So what are my final thoughts about this set? Yeah, I don't know, it's a mixed package. I really like the clone troopers and I'm so happy that we finally got the 327th Legion and also Bly in another set. I'm very disappointed about the printed wastegapes once again. I think the new pauldron piece is nice and overall these troopers look really sick. I like there be 2 battle droids once again included with this set. I think the fact that in this set there are only 7 minifigures compared to 9 from the battle pack from last year is pretty sad. Especially with the price bump that this set has experienced, and it's clearly on a similar idea. Yeah, overall the set is way too overpriced in my personal opinion. I think it's not worth 45 bucks or 40 euros. It's a very nice set and I like the troopers. I like the minifigures here, even though there should be 9. But the price is just, I don't know. I don't know how they come up with these prices, in my opinion, way too expensive. But yeah, that's just me. But now of course let me know down in the comments below what you think about the set. Is it really overpriced or is it maybe a fair price? What do you think about this? Do you like the troopers? What do you think about the cloth piece situation when it comes to LEGO Clone Troopers? And I hope you enjoyed this review. If you're new, please consider subscribing and to like this video to support the channel. Otherwise, have a great day.